Long-lasting battery life is a big deal for the likes of the iPhone 14 Pro and especially the ProMax model, to be honest, and as well as any upcoming iPhone in the future. Well, the good news is, recently we've had a few leaks on the iPhone 14 battery life for all 4 models. I will be going over all the details on this episode shortly, as there are a few things more worth mentioning. Also, I'm going to give you guys all the latest gist to expect on the iPhone 14, especially the Pro Max model, the release date as well as the updated specifications. Recently, the WWDC made a release and we saw that the latest and the newly released iOS 16 will be made available on the iPhone 14 models. Quite a whole bunch of new features were introduced to us, which includes widgets, changes to the lock screen and iCloud share photo library. We are also going to have the new M2 chipset with brand new design for the MacBook here. And now, with the WWDC event done and dusted, the next major event on the Apple calendar is going to be the launch of their new product, especially the iPhone 14s. But I will not be talking too much on the other iPhone 14 models, as today is mostly about the biggest model of all, the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is to remind you that all reports and leaks that we keep getting from around the world and on this channel here especially are not 100% correct or 100% proof that they will come true. But definitely I can and will always get you closer to the best rumors and leaks from the most respected and reputable sources from Apple. Definitely, watching this video shows you are very curious as I am and very interested in knowing what is going to be said and made into the next generation iPhones. Yeah, we both are. So stick and subscribe to my channel using the subscribe button below, like the video and help my videos get even far better. Now onto the specs one at a time. Screen sizes and refresh rate. iPhone sizes are changing and getting bigger this year, 2022. As it was noted, Apple is dropping the 5.4-inch iPhone mini as it turned out to be unpopular with customers. And after seeing a relatively poor iPhone mini sales, Apple is planning to focus on the larger iPhone sizes for its flagship devices, and we are expected to see a 6.1-inch screen on the iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro, a 6.7-inch on the iPhone 14 Max and the Pro Max models. They are also going to have an OLED display with about 2532 by 1170 pixels in resolution for the iPhone 14, a resolution of about 2778 by 1280 pixels for the Pro Max, and we will get that 120 Hz Pro Motion display just like we have on the iPhone 13 Pros. Kudos to Apple again this time. Apple is most likely to restrict the ProMotion technology to the iPhone 14 Pro models again this year, and this is a move that is being attributed to a lack of availability of the necessary display. The always-on display technology is also expected to be exclusively introduced to the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max models. According to Mac Rumors, which acquired some iPhone 14 dummy models designed for case makers, which also provide a good look at what we can expect for the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro models. And as we all know that there is a lot of money involved in having a case ready for the new iPhones ahead of launch, the dummy models are often quite always accurate. The iPhone 14 Pro Max, however, will be similar in size to the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but with an increased size for the camera bump, which will prevent an iPhone 13 Pro Max case to fit on an iPhone 14 Pro Max. But design-wise, the iPhone 14 models are going to look a lot like the iPhone 13 models, but with a notable exception, like I stated before. This year, again, there isn't going to be the 5.4-inch iPhone 14 mini model. The notch and the Face ID for the Pros only. Many have been asking, is Apple going to drop or reduce the size of the notch on the iPhones this year? Since 2017, iPhones with Face ID have had a notch at the front for all the necessary items for the facial recognition scanner, but that is set to change this year with the launch of the iPhone 14s. The 2022 iPhone 14 Pro models are expected to drop a punch from the notch size in favor of the new design, and it seems like Apple could be going with some combination of a circular hole punch cutout with a pill-shaped cutout to house the key Face ID components. The circular cutout will likely house the Face.ID projector, and the pill cutout would include the front-facing camera, Face ID infrared camera, and possibly other components. The iPhone 14 Pro models are also going to get a different front-facing camera setup. Unfortunately, this feature will be limited to the Pro models only, and the more affordable iPhone 14 models will continue to feature the standard and the bigger notch size on them like in the iPhone 13 model. Well, we are not expecting any significant design changes this year, but obviously, and as usual, there is going to be some camera bumps for the iPhone 14 models, and the iPhone 14 Pro models could get bigger in size and more notably. Titanium frame. Apple is expected to introduce new color options, perhaps adding a purple shade. The iPhone 14 Pro models may also feature a titanium frame instead of the usual stainless steel frame. Apple has used titanium for the Apple Watch before, but this would mark the first time that this material will be used on an iPhone. Titanium is more scratch resistant, it is stronger than both steel and aluminum, plus it is more corrosion resistant. Besides, a redesigned speaker and microphone grills are also possible. The iPhone 14 Pro and the ProMax panels would also feature slightly thinner bezels and a taller aspect ratio, and all of the display panels are in line with the rumors we've heard so far. The chip. Rumors suggest that the standard iPhone 14 models will continue to use the same A15 Bionic chip that is in the iPhone 13 models, marking a significant differentiation between the Pro and the non-Pro iPhones in 2022, while the iPhone 14 Pro models receive an updated A16 Bionic chip. This would mark the first time that the Pro iPhone models get a faster chip, and Apple perhaps is going down this route to cut down on cost and also maybe because of an ongoing supply issues. Apple is expected to use Qualcomm Snapdragon X65 chip, which is the first 10GB 5G model with faster connectivity speed and improvement antenna for smartphones. Apple plans to implement satellite-based emergency features that will let users send text in emergency situations or report major emergencies in areas where there is no cellular coverage. Emergency messages via satellite will also allow users to text emergency services encountered using a satellite network where there is no cellular or Wi-Fi signal available. It will be a new communication protocol alongside SMS and iMessage. It will feature a gray message bubble, and the message length will be restricted. Another feature will let users report major emergencies like plane crashes and fires using satellite networks. These features are still in the development phase and will launch in 2022 as soon as possible. The colors. The iPhone 14 and 14 Pro could come in purple according to an unverified rumor, though unconfirmed rumors suggest that both the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro models will be available in purple shade that has a unique finish that shifts tone based on lighting conditions. Apple has used the same color for standard iPhones and Pro models before, but typically in different shades. So that could be what we see in 2022 if the purple rumor is accurate. The iPhone 14 and the 14 Max are rumored to be available in black, white, blue, red, and purple, while the 14 Pro and the Pro Max model will allegedly come in graphite, gold, silver, and the rumored purple. And that's it for this particular episode, but I will need you to keep your fingers crossed and hit the subscribe button down below, as well as hit the all for the notification bell so as to stay on top of the news as they come. If you really enjoyed this episode, make sure to smash the like button as well. I will see you soon. Cheers.